Hello everyone, so I will be doing my March wrap-up. For the month of March, I read 3 books, so let's get started. The first book I read was Will My Cat Eat My Eyeballs by Caitlin Doughty. This is a nonfiction humor book. The author is a mortician and she's traveled the world to learn about different death customs, and she's opened up her own funeral parlor. She's done talks all over, and usually at the end of these events they have a Q&A. She says that all death questions are good questions, but the most direct and most provocative questions come from kids. And this book contains some of the questions that kids have asked her in the past. Some of the questions include, can I keep my parents' skull after they die? Can I preserve my dead body in amber like a prehistoric insect? Can we give grandma a Viking funeral? And can someone donate blood after they die? The answers are very humorous, but she also answers them very scientifically and with a lot of facts. So I did learn a lot while reading this book. And I like how during each question she has these drawings that matches the question. For example, this one is, can I keep my parents' skulls after they died? She does answer it humorously, like, what are you going to do with it? Are you going to put it on the mantle as a Christmas topper? But then she explains how, because of the abuse corpse law, you cannot do that. That nobody's body can be claimed as property. And she goes into a lot of details on what that means. And I just really like this book because I did laugh at many parts, but then I did learn a lot about the dead and the laws that are in place. So I do recommend this book. I loved it. The second book I read was The Chain by Adrienne McKinty. This is a mystery thriller novel about Rachel Klein, who drops her daughter off at the bus stop, and then she receives a call saying that they've kidnapped her daughter, and now she's a part of the chain, which she has to pay the ransom and then kidnap another person's child. The kidnapper says that their child has been kidnapped as well, and this is how it works, that it'll just keep going down and down the chain. And if she goes to the cops or tells anybody or breaks the rules, they won't hesitate to kill their daughter because their son is at risk as well. I gave this a 3-star rating. I did enjoy it. It was very suspenseful, and at some parts I couldn't put it down. I just needed to find out what will happen. But then other parts I found were boring and lagged a little. So there are parts that I felt that weren't needed or could have been shorter. I think that it is a good premise with there being like this big organization that you don't know who is a part of or if they're watching you. Because they do tell her to look up this case about a family being murdered, and they say that they did it because they didn't follow the rules. So I think that's a pretty cool idea. I just think that it could have been executed a little bit better for me to give it like a 4 or 5-star rating. And the last book I read for the month of March was Just a Breath Away by Carleen Thompson. This is a mystery book about Kelsey's March, whose world is turned upside down when her sister is shot and killed right in front of her, and also the killer is also killed. During the police investigation, they find out that her sister might not have been the intended target, and since the killer is dead, they can't ask him, and so the police start thinking that he was a hired hitman to go after Kelsey. I gave this a 3-star rating. I always enjoy reading Carleen Thompson books. However, I was a little disappointed. Her latest novels aren't as good as her earlier ones, like The Event of My Death and Black for Remembrance. Those books I loved so much, and I couldn't put them down. But her latest ones aren't as good. I still enjoy them, but they're just not as good. I don't get sucked in as much as I did before. And I really did not like the romance in this book. In all her novels there are romance, so you kind of can see it coming like a mile away. But with this one, it just seemed so forced. Like she just picked a guy at random and like, okay, this guy. Because there wasn't really chemistry, there wasn't really much scenes of them together, so I didn't really feel it. So I was a little disappointed in that, but I did like it, and I will continue reading Carleen Thompson books because I know one is coming out this year, I think. So those are all the books I read for the month of March. Like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all later. Bye!